Welcome to my presentation. Let me introduce you a little bit about myself. My name is Phạm Thị Kim Thoa and my student ID is BABAW19094. The topic I want to discuss today is called How Reliable is Big Data? And I will talk about 8 to 10 minutes. If you have any further questions, there's a comment section below. You can leave your opinions. Before jump right into the topic, I would like to introduce you my table of contents. First, I'll give you the definitions of big data. Then I'll summarize the case study so that you guys can keep track on what I'm talking about. Finally, I'll answer all of the questions that are provided in the textbook. So now, let's get started. There's something you need to know with data and big data. Data is known as streams of raw facts representing events occurring in organizations or the physical environment before they have been organized and arranged into a form that people can understand and use. The word big data refers to a huge amount of data, both structured and unstructured, that drown a company on a regular basis. However, the quantity of data is not relevant. What organizations do with data that matters. Move to the summary. Companies today have to do with an overload of data from social media and search. This case study illustrates a wide range of companies including Amazon, YouTube, Spotify that use big data in their organizational operations. It also demonstrates how big data impacts an enterprise and the advantages it provides. Moreover, it emphasizing that programs must pay attention to details rather than just the number. As a final note, this case study reminds reader that big data presents certain threats to information security and privacy. Companies are now aggressively gathering and mining massive data sets on individuals in order to predict and exploit their actions for maximum. Now I'm going to answer all of these questions provided in textbook. The first one is, what business benefits did the organization described, in this case, achieve by analyzing and using big data? As I said before, companies like Amazon, YouTube, and Spotify have done well because of analyzing big data. They collect information about the customer's interests and purchases to create millions of personalized recommendations. For example, Amazon has access to a massive amount of data on its customers, like names, addresses, payments, and search histories. While this information is clearly used in marketing algorithms, Amazon uses it to enhance customer relations, which is something that many big data forget. So big data can be used in various ways, such as creating interfaces to individual references like Spotify, which is a well-known music applications, and many other mobile apps. Moreover, Starbucks is one of the popular illustrations of using big data, including real-time information that has made it possible to make more specific options. Starbucks also uses the information to show more relevant marketing campaigns, design locations, and future menu updates. A variety of online services analyze big data to support customers, including services with the lowest price on cars, laptops, cell phones, airfares, hotel rooms, and many other types of products and services. The next question is, identify two decisions at organizations described in this case that were improved by using big data and two decisions that big data did not improve. So first I will talk about the decisions that improve. For the National Health Service, shortened for NHS, billions of data points gathered on patients. Healthcare providers were analyzed. It has helped themselves almost 784 millions. NHS uses findings from big data analysis to create digital dashboard looking for patients taking 10 or more medications at once. Thus, being able to compile data about drugs and treatments given to cancer patients by relating that information with patients' outcomes. It has helped NHS find more effective treatments. Big data is helping improve healthcare by providing personalized care recommendations to patients. Next one is New York City. New York City analyzes crime-related data it collects. Its CompStat mapping program uses a citywide database of all reported crimes in each of their precincts. So this helped to identify patterns and put out police personnel who were needed quickly. Next, the decisions that were not improved. Meridian Energy has stopped using the aging predictive equipment management system. The program was designed to predict the maintenance needs of all the large equipment that the corporation owns and maintains. However, the system uses old simulations methods and could not predict equipment failures. Meridian finally replaced the old technique with IBM's predictive maintenance and quality software, which bases estimates on more real-time equipment results. Next, Google created an algorithm by using data from web searches to evaluate how many people had influenza and how the disease was spreading. Google overestimates flu rates when compared to conventional evidence gathered later by Centers for Disease Control. Several scientists indicated that Google was tricked by the extensive media coverage. The model used to predict flu patterns were based on inaccurate assumptions that the rate of flu-related was the number of people who actually came down with flu. Google's algorithm only noticed numbers and ignored the meaning of the search result. Moving to the third question. List and describe the limitations to using big data. Okay, so there are some potential limitations to the use of big data, such as a variety of businesses rushing to launch big data projects without setting a business target for this new information. Swimming in numbers does not always involve collecting the right information or making the smarter choices. They begin to amass mountains of data with no specific aim or definitions of exactly how big data analysis can accomplish their target or what questions they are trying to answer. Although big data is very good at identifying correlations, especially subtle correlations that smaller data sets might skip, big data does not actually reveal which correlations are significant. Moreover, big data predictions models don't offer a better idea of what is going to happen in the future. For example, the presidential election in 2016, political experts assumed Clinton's victory was certain because statistical forecasts lacked a wide margin of error. About security, big data analytics, like all technical activities, is vulnerable to data breaches. Your information could be leaked to customers or competitors. Furthermore, the inconsistency in data collections. The tools we use to collect a large amount of data can be imprecise sometimes. Like Google, is well known for the changes that modify the search experience in countless ways. the results of research on one day will almost different from another day. Okay, let's move to the last questions. Should all organizations try to collect and analyze big data? Why or why not? What management, organizations, and technology issues should be addressed before a company decides to work with big data? Okay, so in my opinion, not all of the organizations are designed to collect and analyze big data. Their business purpose is not to effectively utilize the data collected. Because gathering and processing big data are time-consuming and expensive, big data is useful only when the company can identify who they are trying to target, what information they are collecting, and how they are going to use the data collected. Before taking steps towards analyzing of big data, organizations should provide training programs to employees and hire experts to address human issues. Another factors that the organizations have to understand are tools and human resources to extract knowledge and make well-informed choices using the information they have gathered. All of these problems should be solved before a company decides to execute a project and work with big data. Okay, so that is the end of my presentation. This is the resources. And thank you for listening. Goodbye.